We will go ahead and get it started. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and open this up in prayer, and then we'll jump right into the flag football parent meeting. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come today, Lord. I thank you for each and every one of the children and parents that are looking to participate in this upcoming football season. I pray, Lord, that you will just guide and direct on the safety of each and every one of the players. Lord, allow everybody to have an enjoyable time and allow it to just be a great season. Lord, we thank you and praise you for all these things in your name. Amen. All right. Well, first and foremost, I would like to say thank each and every one of you for joining on today in the meeting. I will preface it with, if you have any questions during the meeting, feel free to just type those in the chat, or I will also have a time throughout the meeting where I'll kind of stop. And if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask then. But just a couple quick things. My name is Seth, sports coordinator here at the YMCA, and so we're looking forward to a great season this year. I know there's been some, challenges, complications here and there, but our goal is to have the best season we can for each of the children in participation. And that's our goal, is to allow everybody to have a fun and enjoyable season. So with that being said, just a couple of things as far as how the season will look. Currently, we will have all our practices at our Hunt Park. The address for that is 1823 Westover Road. Also, the majority of our games are scheduled to be at this location as well. I will say we are looking to potentially have some games against other recreation departments or YMCAs as well, and that might involve a little bit of traveling once or twice a week, depending on how that works. There's nothing set in stone, but just something that way, at least for some of our older age groups, able to go and play instead of just playing within ourselves, able to, play some different teams through that. So those are some things that are in the works, nothing set in stone, but as of right now, everything is planned to be at the address that I just put into the chat, 1823 Westover Road. And so that is, like I said, the address that we will have our practices, evaluations, and then the games as well. All of our games will be played at that address. And for those that don't know, it is located right behind the fire department on Carpenter Road. So if you're coming from the main campus or Annabelle Clark area, traveling north, you'll have the fire department, water tower, and there's a road to the right, and the YMCA fields are located just behind that on Westover Road, and that's where all of our practices and games will be played. As far as practice times and first practice and things like that, so currently we have all of our leagues at 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 12 will all be playing at 6 o'clock. That way, as the time begins to grow darker and darker, we won't be able to have anything after 7 o'clock. So everybody's planned on practicing and playing at 6 currently, and that will be, like I said, at the Hunt Park. Right now, everything is scheduled to be on a Tuesday and Thursday. In the event that we have to, there might be a Monday practice or game, but the bulk majority of our season will be Tuesday and Thursday. Our first practice will be September 27th. That will be a week from tomorrow. And then our first game is scheduled to be October 11th. That is what we're looking at as far as practice, September 27th, game October 11th. And then for the evaluations for our 7 to 9 and 10 to 12-year-olds. So right now, on the schedule or on the information sheet that you probably got whenever you registered, it had 2 evaluations dates, one tomorrow and one Thursday. We decided that it is going to be best probably to just do all of those in one. So we moved all of the evaluations on to our Thursday time, and that is 9:22. The 7 to 9-year-olds will still be practicing evaluating at 5:45. And then the 11 to 12-year-olds will be evaluating at 6 o'clock. And so once again, for the evaluations, we have moved it. Instead of having 2 evaluations, one tomorrow and one Thursday, we will now only have 1 evaluation on Thursday, and that is for everybody in the 7 to 9 and 11 to 12. So if your child is in the 3 to 4 or 5 to 6, they do not have evaluations. They will be divided up on teams and placed on teams in that way. But the evaluations before are 7 to 9 and 11 to 12-year-olds. So is anybody that has any questions on anything kind of that I might not have covered on what we've gone over, or anything along those lines before we move on? Just wanted to take a quick break and see. All right. And like I said, if you ever do have any questions, feel free just to put those in the chat and I will get to them shortly. As far as on the first practice on the 27th, how that's going to kind of look right now, the plan, we'll have everybody practicing on that day. When you come, we should have a list of the rosters. If you wouldn't mind checking and making sure that your shirt sizes, contact information, everything is correct on that. That way, if there's any changes, we can make sure to get those updated on the rosters, and that way the coach has the most current information in regards to that. Once again, the first practice is going to be the 27th, and we ask that all the parents just check all the contact information, shirt sizes, spelling of names, anything that might be wrong on the roster, just to check and make sure that all of those and all of that information is correct. And that will be the first practice on the 27th. With that being said, currently how the coaches situation is looking. So we are in contact with several coaches, but if you are interested in coaching, we always are happy to have head and assistant coaches. So if you were interested in that, feel free, you can email me, Seth@tifterraYMCA.org, and I'll get you all the information. But we have our coaches meeting next Monday. The plan is to get the coaches the rosters next Monday. That way they can then communicate with the parents. So you should hear from your coach ideally next Monday night or Tuesday morning about practice, game times, and the such. In the event that you do not hear from your coach or have not heard from a coach, the thing I would encourage is you can either email me or you can call the front desk at the YMCA. The number for that is 229-391-9622. And I can type that in the chat as well for the front desk. That way everybody has that. There we go. So 229-391. Sorry, that was not correct. There we go. Sorry about that. 229-391-9622. That is the phone number for the front desk. We should have the rosters. If you've not been contacted Tuesday at lunchtime, feel free to just call us at the front desk and we will be able to let you know what field you'd be practicing on and things like that. But I will say the plan is to have practice on the 27th at 6 o'clock. So if you have not heard from a coach, that is the first practice day. So please call us. That way we can make sure you're on the right field and everything is going smoothly with that. And so that's the situation as far as scheduling, what it's going to look like and what we'll have. Ideally, we should have the schedules ready at practice Tuesday. So that way you can kind of pick it up and look and see what the schedule will be like for the remainder of the season. As far as uniforms, jerseys, equipment, things like that, the uniforms, we will provide the shirt. We should have that prior to the first game, depending on how the whole situation works out. It might be the game day that we have the shirts. Ideally, we'll have them in by the Thursday before, but just with the ordering, getting them in, and then also printing them, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So we should have those before the first game. And then also with the uniform, we encourage all of the parents. We like to have everybody kind of in black shorts. The main day that we have that is picture day, just so that way everybody looks uniform is in the same color, everything looks nice. But we encourage black shorts and also shorts that do not have pockets, just as sometimes if the shorts, if they're playing in shorts that have pockets, when they go to pull the flag, it accidentally catches the pockets and while they're accidentally pull the shorts down or rip the shorts or something. So we ask that if at all possible, you have shorts that do not have pockets, as well as shorts that have a drawstring. That way they can be tied. So when a flag is pulled, if somebody accidentally grabs a pants, although it is illegal, it does happen from time to time. So we encourage just shorts without pockets, as well as shorts with the drawstring. And then as far as cleats, we encourage plastic cleats for ages 5 and up. We do recommend those for the 5, 12-year-olds. For the 3 to 4-year-olds, it's kind of optional in regards to the cleats and things like that. And so that's kind of what is required, as well as the practice times, game times. Is there any questions on anything regarding practice times, game times, equipment, things like that? I will also say on the equipment, the YMCA will provide the flags as well as the footballs. If you have a football that you would like to bring, feel free to bring that to the practice. I would encourage, make sure to write your name on that, just in the event that it gets mixed up with one of our footballs, we can make sure to get that back to you. But we will provide the flags as well as the footballs in the practice. So a couple of other important things, if you've played with us before, I'm sure you've heard this, and especially in our soccer season, probably called it several times, but some important ways that we use to communicate. One of the most important ways is our weather hotline. And I would definitely encourage you to write this down. In the event that there's a storm, rain, anything coming in that we have to cancel or postpone games, this is the number to call, and that number is 229-528-9109. Once again, 229-528-9109. That is our weather hotline. I will update that with any updates, and when you call that number, it will play the recorded update for you. That way you know if games are canceled, if practice is canceled, postponed, whatever might be happening, we will update that weather hotline. That way you can receive those updates. And I will say, I'm going to share my screen. Another way that we have just started using, there we go, share, is a thing called Y Game Time. So as you can see on the screen, Y Game Time, all you have to do is just type in ygametime.com. It will bring you to this page. To find the YMCA, you will just type in Tift area. For some reason, the zip code does not work. You have to use the branch name Tift area. You hit find. It will pull up Tift area YMCA. And then after that, you can just come down, hit the sign up. You will choose the flag of football, enter your phone number, and it will put you in a basically very similar to the Remind app. As far as once you subscribe to that, any updates that are sent regarding the season will then be sent to your phone as a text message. I will say with that, the plan is not to spam anybody or send lots of texts. That's strictly in the event that there's an update that needs to be sent, or a weather alert, or anything that might need to be sent. We will send it also through the Y Game Time. So once again, you can just go to ygametime.com. You will just type in Tift area as the branch, Tift area YMCA, select flag football, and then you can sign up in regard to that. And so that's some of the ways that we use to communicate. We will also communicate with the coaches, a lot of the coaches regard, but generally I will update this weather hotline first, and then I will contact with the coaches. So this is the best way. If you're wondering if games are canceled, that is probably going to be the easiest and quickest way to find out in regards to the games. And then also throughout the season, we'll have a concession stand open. We'll have drinks, some snacks, some candy. If you are interested or need a drink, we will have those at the concession stand throughout the practices as well as through the games. And that will be kind of located up in the center of the field in the concession stand. And so that's what we have there. I will also say, in regards to the season, registration is still open. That's what we actually just today decided to hold the registration open through Thursday. So if you know anybody, or if you have not registered, I would encourage you make sure to do so by Thursday. That's what we're looking to just continue to add a few to some of the leagues. That way the leagues are able to develop and be more mature, and that way everybody's able to have fun, playing time, different things like that. So wanted to encourage, if you know anybody that still wants to play, or if you yourself have not registered, the last day to do that will be Thursday, 9/22. And so that is most everything that I had. Is there any questions that anybody had on anything in regards to the season, something that I might not have covered, or any questions in regards to practices, games, anything like that? All right, well, that is all that we have for the parent meeting tonight. If your child is 7 to 9 or 10 to, 7 to 9 or 10 to 12, we will see you Thursday at the evaluations. Otherwise, we will see you at the practice next Tuesday. Was there any questions before? I didn't want to just leave. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you shortly.
Thank you.